Hello, welcome to this video on something great. OfficialSayon has brought, the maps back to VRChat and has, you know, uh, basically returned to VRChat. So, I want to, give my own personal history and experience with, OfficialSayon's maps and stuff, and also say some other things like other stuff that may be nitpicky, but yeah. And also, if you're seeing this official Sayon, I mean, I'll probably link to the channel using an at thing, whatever. Um, so, uh, in the description. But yeah, if you're seeing this official Sayon, hi. I, I like the things you've made. That they're very important to me. And probably, to a lot of other people, but I want to cover my own personal history with these maps and stuff in this video. But yeah, official Sayon, if you are seeing this, please stick through the video, because I do have some things to say, even though they are kind of nitpicky, but I just want to mention them. I'll mention one straight away. Is why are the words not public? Just seems like an odd choice. I mean, they're here in the hub world, but just why aren't they anywhere else? Public. I can understand like having a hub world, like it's very useful, but I don't know. It's just my own personal nitpick. Anyway, let's just cover, my history with maps. I never really got into the Huggy Dungeon series. I've barely played the maps. Like, I've played a little bit of, I think, some of them, like, probably part 1 and the earlier parts, but, not much history here. It's mainly in the other maps that I have more history and experience, especially with Rogers, which I'll get back to. But let's quickly head upstairs to, I guess, start with Dead Space VR. I only played it once or twice. I don't remember how good it was or not, but from what little memory I do have, it seemed alright, but I didn't really play as much. It's not really one of my memories. I've played the elevator, but it's not one of the memories. Also the scare zone, but it's not one of the most important memories. Lost Haze I also played, but it's not as important to me. But I know one of my friends was really sad when it was gone, so they were quite upset. So, yeah, I definitely need to tell them that's back, after I'm done doing this video and live stream, since this was done on live stream, but, yeah, definitely need to tell Jeff about that. But let's get into the actual 3 main ones that I have the most history with. I feel like I should cover Unshattered Destination first, since it's not tied to the Rogers stuff. Which Rogers is my character, well, Riku's character originally, but, you know, sort of became my character, and I've changed and added on to, you know, the lore of Rogers, although the base is still, you know, created by Riku. So yeah. So yeah, technically mine, technically Riku, but yeah. It's definitely become more mine. But at Unshad Destination, this map is a great map. 4 hours long, which is like, wow. And the spoilers kind of boss fight at the end was kind of hard, but you know, I got through it eventually. But yeah. Also, one thing is that like girl looks like one of my living darkness creatures. Darkness, white eyes. I always have to mention a thing if it looks like the living darkness. This is contract of me, I guess. So yeah. Let's cover WDKS and then Sad Amelia, since these ones are the more important ones. I love WDKS. This one is definitely my favorite. This one is the favorite. This is like, it's the starting point of like the character Charlie in my series. You know, like part of the Rogers series before it fell apart. Because as you know, 2021 was, you know, June was when it fell apart, and then not long after that, when was it exactly? I can't even remember what month exactly the maps were removed from VRChat, if it was in 2021 or 2022, like. But when the maps were removed, like after already suffering that loss, like the loss of, you know, the Rogers friend group, like losing this, which was tied to that memory, like these maps played, you know, Sad Amelia, which I'll get to, and WDKS played, you know, a pivotal role in like the story of Rogers, and also Michael being, you know, my main character, the character I created, and is, you know, always been mine, not just, you know, Rogers, which was, you know, technically Riku's character and whatever, but yeah. So losing this, you know, right after, you know, losing Rogers, like, it was a painful time. Like, not to put any guilt on you if you're watching OfficialSayon, just, it was just a bunch of bad events that just happened to follow each other. And now the reverse is happening. First, you know, I lost Rogers, then these maps were gone, and now the reverse is happening. Like, the group, my group of friends, you know, that made Rogers has kind of reformed, except for one member, but yeah, I've already mentioned that before in other videos, and, you know, live streams. So if you want to know more about that, you can just ask me. Obviously I won't reveal everything, but just the general gist of everything. But yeah, like now the reverse is happening. I lost Rogers, you know, then these maps were gone, and now, you know, the friend group that created Rogers is back, and then these maps come back. It's the reverse. It's like everything is repairing itself, you know. So I've definitely been, you know, very happy right now, like gaining the things back that I once lost, you know. It feels good, you know. So having these back as well, you know, it helps, you know, heal that wound, even though at this point it's more of, you know, technically, you know, a scar. It's healed over, but, you know, the memory is still there. But yeah, it's definitely helped a lot. But yeah, WDCast was one of the maps. Let's cover why Sad Amelia is important. This one is particularly important because even though it's not my favorite OfficialSayon map, since that's, you know, WDKS, this one was the one for the last adventure of Rogers. This is where it all ended, in this map, and it was probably one of the most planned out, well, not planned out, but involved episodes, because I added the whole, you know, choose your own path situation into it, where during it there was choices that would, you know, affect the ending. The first few choices don't really matter. They only change up the dialogue slightly in the start bit. So the first choices, no matter what you do, lead back to the main event at Sad Amelia. But the end choices, like, that I had in that video was what led to the 4 different endings. So, you know, this map to be, you know, the literal last thing of Rogers before it all fell apart, you know, made this map even more impactful, you know. It's a important map to me, you know. It has a lot of history attached to this one. Not to discount, you know, WDCast, because it has other things like the introduction of Charlie and other characters that I would make, you know, reoccurring, like Mrs. Filcher. Sorry, OfficialSayon, if you're seeing this, I kind of stole Mrs. Filcher and made her. She's the I need to remember correctly. I think she's the mother of Frank Filcher, who is definitely my own character. But she's the mother of Frank Filcher, who created KFN, another one of my ideas. Joking off, you know, KFC, but instead of, you know, KFC, it's Kentucky Fried Nachi. So yeah, Frank, you know, made a group called KFN to sell nachi as a food, but eventually he ended up getting sent to a void with a bunch of nachis, and then somehow he becomes, you know, a mad scientist after being captured, and he tries to escape, and some time stuff goes on, and weird time stuff. So by the time he's returned, you know, he's an old man, mad scientist sort of deal. and has involvement with Time War. So technically Frank's stolen technically more from Time War than anything to do with OfficialSayon. So yeah, Frank Villager is tied to Time War more. Although, yeah, again, there's stuff that made him my own unique character. He just happens to be the Frank from Time War, because I just thought that would be funny if it's all like tied together. And that way it differentiates him from, you know, Sky's character Frank being Stoner Frank. Not to mention the other Frank that didn't live as long. Well, they're technically still alive, but not very utilized as a character. Being Frank the ODST, the squad mate of the rookie from the ODST. God, my series. The web connects everywhere. The web is forever spinning. Yeah. So yeah, if you do ever see this video, OfficialSayon, I stole Mrs. Filch, kinda. I mean, yeah, again, I added on to Mrs. Filch, but, you know, yeah. I mean, yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I mean, technically, every idea in humanity is technically stolen, so, you know, but I do try to do my own things with wherever I make a running character. But yeah, back to talking about Sad Amelia. Yeah, this map, seeing that was technically, you know, the end of, you know, Rogers, even though I technically, you know, take up the mantle of the character of Rogers myself, but the true old style Rogers episodes, you know, the best Rogers episodes, that all ended with Sad Amelia. So it was literally a fitting end for, you know, it was literally sad. So yeah, yeah. But yeah, that is my experience with these maps. These maps mean a lot to me, and I'm glad they're back, you know. When they were removed, I was like, why did you remove them? Like, why remove all your hard work? Why, you know, take away all that hard effort, you know, you put into something and just rip it all away. Like, that's something I never really understood, you know, at the time. But I'm glad it's back, so, you know, it's good that it's back, and I'm happy. But yeah, I'm glad it's all back, and yeah. But yeah, I think that'll end the video segment. Yeah, again, this was live streamed, so the rest of the live stream is, you know, available. But yeah, on the live stream, I'm going to be doing WDKS, so yeah. But for the video side, that's later once I get to editing and uploading it. Yeah, peace and thank you OfficialSayon, if you're seeing this. I'm very happy that's all back. But yeah, anyway, peace to those watching the video later. Also, one more thing at the end of the video I forgot. WDKS, this room, I made a tribute map, kind of a tribute map. Let's launch it real quick. Even though it's not impressive as this room with this,
OfficialSayon himself, and you will go through 4 different experiences based upon fears that WDKS requested. All of this is designed to be localized. We want you to be scared. We want you to suffer.
well, I'm not going to suffer just yet. But I made adding this on to the end of the video, a WDKS tribute, which this room is obviously nowhere in comparison to that room. Like, the lighting is weird, not good lighting at all. You can see that I ripped the texture, like I think from one of my videos. I took it from one of my videos, so it doesn't have all the detail of the actual like weird small letters. So it doesn't have the detail, and it's all non-functional. What happens after it is just something for my character Michael, and yeah. At this point, it's obvious that this was done by Boop Rogers. But yeah, this whole message is only meant for Michael, my character, for my video. And also, this is just to be like, here's Boop's realm, and oh, so mysterious. So yeah, like, yeah, so yeah. So that would be some thing behind here, because, you know, if there was nothing here, it'd be kind of an anti-climax, but having that lead to the other map that I made, I think was, you know, interesting for my story, but not really anything to do with, you know, being a tribute to, you know, WDKS. Yeah, again, being my favorite map. And yeah, this world was inspired by something totally different. This was inspired by a level in the beginner's guide. I think it's literally like the first level where it's like a CS source map, and it has like colored floating boxes in the map, so that's why I inspired this off of. But yeah, this has nothing to do with, you know, tribute. And yeah, but yeah, that is it. The extra bit at the end of the video that I didn't realize. And I guess I might as well put one last small other nitpick, is that since, you know, in the hub world, when you go into one of the portals, it launches, you know, a public version of, you know, WDKS or whatever map. And that means if you want to create a Friends Plus version, you then have to do that once you're in the world. But yeah, that's just a a little nitpick. But yeah, yeah, again, sorry, Sayon, if you're watching this later, just, it, it is a little bit of a bugging me thing. Anyway, yeah, again, ending off the video, there shouldn't be anything else that needs to be added on, hopefully. So yeah, end of the video segment again, times 2.